So hi, my name is Deb, and I believe we're here to tell you a funny story, apparently. Well, to be honest, so many of them, I didn't really know which one to pick. You know, I'd got things like a 93-year-old grandmother who walked into Greggs 20 years ago maybe, when it first opened in our shopping centre, and decided she was going to get exotic and a little bit, adventurous. So she asked the woman behind the counter for a cheese and tomato punani. I had to leave the shop. That was mad. So I think today what I'm going to do is tell you a story, a funny story, but it's going to be about the dentist. I know that doesn't sound funny, but bear with. Honestly, I'll set the scene a little bit for you, just so that you have some context. And by the way, I did not dress like this to do this. I am an online, so I'm not really sure how this works, but a magician's assistant, but online. So yeah, I have no idea how that's going to go. So the dentist, right? This would have been 12 years ago maybe, and I did not look like this. I was probably about 18, about 18 stone heavier, and yes, I have photos if anybody needs proof, but I think that's probably a story for next time. It's not actually a very funny one at all, so we'll probably just like leave it out. But yes, so years and years ago, to sort of put it into some context for you, I was nearly 30 stone, bar a couple of pounds. So if you can't actually imagine that, I can go there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you how wide I was, which was exactly the same width as a standard door frame. Now this is when I knew that I'd got into trouble, because obviously that's about as big as you can go. After that you can't get in and out of places. Couldn't fly, none of that. So yeah, no, that's just to give you some context. So my sister and I, she is an absolute hoot, but she needed to go for a checkup at the dentist, and I can't remember why, but her husband wasn't there. So she said, Deb, will you come to the dentist with me? I really don't like it. Well, being terrified of the dentist myself, I was like, absolutely. So also might be worth pointing out here that my dentist is NHS and her dentist is private. So we were having a bit of a gas in the car on the way, and I was asking in what way private treatment differed from NHS treatment, and the answer came back, money, really. You know, it was just more money. So anyway, I asked her, do you want me to come in with you or So she said, I don't know, it's only a checkup. So anyway, we get in there, and it's very posh, I have to say. Not like your standard NHS, very posh. Anyway, she went and gave her name, and I was, big old me stood next to her, and she's not big. And basically, they said, right, okay, if you'd like to go up to the waiting room, and we'll give you a shout when we're ready. So we both turned, and the woman sort of called, right, up the top of the stairs, by the way, first left. So off we both set. Halfway up the stairs, this terribly posh receptionist says, oh, Mrs. Tinston, no, sorry, we're ready for you now. So Sasha sort of like turned my sister to come back down, and I said, oh, am I Ella? And she went, no, I'll be fine. Now I think she only said that because it also might be worth pointing out now that stairs as a 30 stoner, my God, every single step is just a killer. So I don't think she wanted me to have to go all the way back down again. And I see if you can just find the waiting room, go and have a sit down. I think she thought I looked like I needed one. I was probably sweating a great deal. I just used to sweat a lot all the time. It's a lot to move around. Anyway, so I get to the top of the stairs. There's a door on my left. There's no like signs or anything on it, but she said left. So I just thought I'll have a little peek. I'll only open it a crack. Anyway, I could see all of these, well, again, posh, comfy, upholstered armchairs, you know, like these easy chairs, but like, you know, for old people, that just sort of like line that, well, there were loads of those, and I thought, okay, you know, this is plush and posh, but God, did I need to sit down. Anyway, as I opened the door further, I saw basically a table laid out with the most wonderful food. It was like a cross between a banquet and a buffet. It was incredible, and I was like, is this the difference then between NHS and private? It's like you go private and they put lunch on for you. I thought it was good. Tea and coffee were there. They'd even got like little takeaway cups. So I was thinking, do you know what? I'll probably hang fire. I'll wait for my sister to come back, because I don't know if she's had anything done. But yeah, I've eaten, and also being big, it's not something you tend to do. So, and I think this was my saving grace, is because I was so large, I didn't eat in front of people. So yes, I'm planning. When Sasha comes back up, we'll grab a couple of takeaway coffees, shove some food in our handbags, stop off, have a picnic on the way home. Nothing fatty person about that at all. I just used to live to eat. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, I'm standing there having to think about all of this, because I'm really like just unbelievably impressed. And with that, there's this sort of commotion behind me. The door bursts open. In comes this battle axe of a receptionist, the one that had greeted us downstairs, followed hot on her tails by my sister, who's bright red in the face, and she only gets like that when she's embarrassed, and she does get embarrassed easily, but I mean, this was red. And this woman said to me, "What are you doing?" I was waiting for my sister. She's there. She said, "We have been looking for you everywhere. Where have you been?" I said, "Here in the waiting room." She said, "This is the staff room." I said, "Oh, I didn't." She said, "Have you eaten any of that food?" Thank God I was fat, because there was no way I would have eaten, just in case, just because you don't want to get caught eating as a fat person. It just compounds the already visual obvious. Anyway, so she said, "Well, I think you should leave." She said, "This is Marjorie's leaving do." She said, "You know, you shouldn't even be in here." Well, I said, "That's not a problem. We're on our way." Anyway, so that is my funny story for the dentist. My sister has never ever asked me to go back to the dentist. I think she just thinks, oh my God, I have got to be the only fat person that can go to the dentist with someone, not even for herself, find a room full of food. So yeah, probably not the person to take to the dentist with, or certainly not private. But yeah, so there you go. There's my funny story. Told you it wasn't too painful, and I hope you enjoyed it.